My Lord Jesus Christ.
Sorry.
Hello, you come back, man.
So guys, the Guyanese Critic is coming to you live from the Magistrates Court, where Azadeen Mohamed has just been placed in the lockups after being charged and placed on bail in the sum of $200,000 each for each charge. Let me I took some notes. I could not have recorded anything. You can't record anything in the court. You got Mr. Visiting for Mr. Azadeen Mohamed. President court for Mr. Azadeen Mohamed was Mr. Sugrim, Charles Sugrim. So just for my notes, as in relation to the notes with the two charges, let me get it up for you guys. So Azadeen Mohamed is represented by Dion De Silva and Darren Wade, who made much of a request for bail, and the charges, I'm reading from my notes here, and you gotta be on point when it comes to the court. Alright, so the two charges are fraudulent evasion, and he pleaded not guilty to both charges. Both charges he pleaded not guilty to, and I don't know if I'm stating the charges correctly, but the last word I heard from the lawyer Darren Wade is going to speak to his client, who is in cuffs, and it's not unusual to be in cuffs. I was in cuffs here. Everybody is in cuffs. Once you're charged and you're placed before the court, once you're charged, you're placed in handcuffs upstairs, and then you come through what you call the chute, and you're placed in the lockup until your bail is posted, and then you're released. So that is nothing new, and nobody is special in Guyana. I, a few months ago, was placed in handcuffs myself. So this is one of the attorneys for Azadeen Mohamed. The other attorney who is on record and who made bail applications is Darren Wade. These are Azadeen's two attorneys. I'm seen hugging each other. I don't know if they act like if they're in mourning. Yes, one of the charges was that he pleaded not guilty to his declaration, false declaration. One of the charges is a false declaration, and the other is fraudulent evasion. I don't know if I'm stating them correctly, but while those charges are being read out.
Within 6 months of the alleged offenses, the charge stated that these offenses allegedly transpired in 2020, which is way beyond the 6 months period. These charges are barred in law. It is very clear in magistrate is a creature of statute, and these charges ought not to be instituted or not have been instituted. They are barred in law. That's my respectful opinion. I believe the case goes understand our arguments. You journalists are in court from several days, and you understand what a summary matter, what an indictable matter. And the case, they are barred in law. The law is very clear. And the courts over hundreds of years has ruled in relation to what a magistrate can and cannot do as creature of statute, and what are summary and what are indictable matter. This matter came beyond the 6 months period. What should have happened, as I see some police abuse process, they instituted indictably and then convert it summarily. This charge is it's barred in law. Mr. Mohamed has pleaded as ready, and this matter, as far as I concern in relation to the law, are dead. They are bad in law.
What is your
Although
concern in
he is-
relation
although he
to
is
the
pleading not
7-year
guilty,
period by GRE to come after
that
persons
law is
like
not
this?
relevant. That law is not relevant to this issue here. These are criminal proceedings. Mr. Darkwing himself said that in relation to civil and criminal matter, what GRE could recover and what they cannot recover. These are summarily matter before a magistrate court. Thank you.
So Darren Wade, one of the lawyers for Azadeen Mohamed, and we don't have much of a header presently because of the fact he could not have gone live in the court. Second lawyer for Azadeen Mohamed.
Yes, I do believe the charges are there. It's a jurisdiction issue, a limitation issue in fact. The 6 months have expired since the filing of these charges. So we really throwing our subject to the project of this. We have this. So we're confident in our legal position, and we believe that these charges are there. So we're looking forward to the magistrate on the matter of watching the final solution. We believe this matter is
Why did you allow the charges to be read first in the first place if you believe the charges are dead and are in violation of the period?
Well, there is an issue in the Customs Act that speaks about a 7-year period of enforcement. And the court has to decide whether that applies to civil proceedings or criminal proceedings. So it's a matter, it's an issue in the act that has to be decided.
Tell us a bit about the submissions that the two sides now have to make considering the arguments put today.
Very well. So essentially 6 months from the date of the charge seems to have expired. So we have to now put forward submissions to prove that because it's a summary offense, the magistrate court does not have the jurisdiction to do the matter. So we're pretty confident in our submissions.
You went at length to explain the process of acquiring this vehicle, the taxes paid and declared, and the extent, well, the delays in bringing the charges.
Yes.
Could you just provide us with a synopsis of what was actually said in court today with regards to your client?
In relation to what, sorry?
Oh, you went at length to explain to the court the matter as you see it, as your client see it, and just asking you for a synopsis for those of us who were not in the court.
Yes. So I told the court that I mentioned the High Court proceeding in relation to the Lamborghini as well, because that is going on simultaneously with these proceedings. And what I pointed out to the court was the GR's conduct in the handling of that matter and how it led to this matter. So that was essentially showing the court GR's conduct as it relates to everything in relation to the vehicles and the matter. Now, again, this matter is before High Court. Mr. Mohamed is asking declaration in that matter that action of legal. Today, we were able to now put forward arguments to have the matter dismissed. Tried we feel confident in our submission. We will put those before the court and before the court.
We noticed that the charges are in relation to a single vehicle. Do you know that if there are other charges coming against
Not that I know of, but I don't expect other charges to be coming. I only know of the Lamborghini loss.
Okay, so your client has been placed on $250,000 bail for each.
For each offense, yes.
Okay, it's 500. Is he posting bail right now as we speak?
Yes, he's paying that bail, now obtaining a manual check in order to pay that bail. It has to be paid by manual check. Anything over 400,000 has to be paid by manual check.
And what's your name, counsel?
Damien De Silva.
Thank you.
So one of the attorneys for Azadeen Mohamed, Damien De Silva, laid out to some extent in a summary how he requested bail. For those of you who have just tuned into the Guyanese Critical Life is coming to you from the Georgetown Magistrates Court, where Azadeen Mohamed was charged and placed on bail. 2 charges were laid against him as it relates to providing false information to the Guyana Revenue Authority.
and this is what Ashley Mohamed is.
He's now being processed. His bail has been posted. His lawyer also made a request to have the bail in cash, since he would have had a problem in posting a manager's check, which is normal to have a manager's check for large sums of money in the magistrate's court. But since the Mohammeds do not have any bank accounts or association with legitimate financial agencies, he would have a problem in posting a manager's check. So the request was also made by the lawyers to have that bail posted in a cash sum, which has already been done, and he is being processed and released on $500,000 bail. We nothing, being attacked. Well, the journalists are hoping to get some word from Azadeen Mohamed as it relates to the charges. It seems that has to go back into the court and sign some sort of a document in light of the fact that the bail was a cash sum. So a lot of people here wants answers. For those of you who have just tuned in to Daybreak News with the Guyanese Critic, I'm coming to you from just outside, and this is downstairs from Court 1, the Magistrates Court, and Azadeen Mohamed was just charged and placed on $200,000 bail each for each one of the charges, and Justin, I'm coming out, Justin. You driving? All right, safe. I can come, Justin. So the elder Mohamed is also here, obviously in support of his son, since most of these... Anything for Semi, brother? I know you always very vocal. Nothing? Okay, you're in representing of... Hey, Mr. Sogrim, how you doing? Anything to say? I see you're in support of Mr. Mohamed.
Always.
Okay. Anything you because I know it's political. I know you a man got a political background. He just announced his presidency, his bid for presidency. What does it look like? You think?
Decided, the government has decided, because there's a lot of indication that they suspected that we may want to challenge them politically, and that is what has actually caused most of the problems.
Mr. Mohamed, coming to a question that a lot of persons asking
In this world, who was very honest with the taxes, just name me one person in the world, and there are hundreds of people in this country who have been exporting gold. How come only Mohammed's alone?
the question, have you been engaged in illegal exporting or tax evasion?
No,
I
no,
haven't.
no.
So what would you tell the United States? I mean, they have publicly said this in a long statement last June. What will be your
My lawyer,
want the U.S. to do? To lift the sanctions? Is that the objective?
definitely, that's what our lawyers are working on.
So you categorically deny the accusations being made by the U.S. authorities?
Well, it's an allegation, yes.
And you're denying it. The differences in the prices of the vehicles, a receipt was provided by the U.S. authorities.
Well, I can buy a receipt, yes. A receipt can say something, but I can buy something from you. You bought it for several $100,000. But from the moment you come out to the showroom, the prices depreciate rapidly.
So you're saying the price would have depreciated to $75,000?
Well, that's what the person who sold the vehicle for came here and testified to GRS. You got any questions? You got to get for us something for the Media Association before you ask anybody any questions.
Whoever you says that. Whoever you says that, Chief.
You're an ungrateful motherfucker. You know, you are one of the most ungrateful fucking dog ever lived on the face of this earth. And if you bother me, I cuff you in your fucking face. Imagine, people feed you, people mind you. You're worse than a freaking dog. A dog, you are restrained. Of course,
I looked at the Quran. I remember Irfan Ali writing as a Muslim brother to another Muslim brother. It's such a great sin when it comes to backbiting and stabbing your own Muslim brother. It's like eating the flesh of your dead brother. That's a verse in the Holy Quran. Irfan Ali is nothing more than a dishonest and dishonorable person. I have proof where Irfan Ali facilitated and assisted with the clearance of the Lamborghini. I'm waiting for him to say that that is a lie. And trust me, anytime he comes out and says it's a lie, I'll show the whole country how dishonorable he is.
Do you have proof?
I have proof, sir.
But Mr. Mohamed, why not release it? Why wait until he
Let him come out and say he did it. I have the proof.
Mr. Mohamed, for the first time, the we at large are speaking with you after the sanctions were imposed by the United States. The question is, that many guys would like to know, is did you and your father...
Yes, we did business with the government.
Yes, but did you evade the taxes for the gold?
The taxes.
The taxes for the gold.
All right, let's talk about this. Go, I think the fit person, as it relates to this 10,000 kilograms of gold, is Barajat. Because every week at his press conference, he would talk, he knows two figures well, 10,000 kilograms and 75,300 for the Lamborghini. Which and before I bought this Lamborghini, I called Jack Dio and said I want to meet with you. He said, come now to the convention center. That is in August, September. I told him I want to purchase a Lamborghini. He said, go to Irfan and talk to Irfan. That is what he told me. I met with him at the convention center.
Mr. Mohamed, this was a thank you, sir.
The question of the gold. And the accusations by the United
If someone smuggled 10,000 kilograms of gold out of Guyana, 10,000 kilograms of gold, right? You think it's easy to smuggle all this gold out of this country if someone did it? Sir, but you have senior government officials have to know about these things.
But what about it being done over a period of time?
Huh?
What about it being done over a period of time?
You just can't ship gold out of the country like that. It's a process. The Minister of Natural Resources got to sign off. GR. All these bodies.
What is your categorical response?
Talking to journalists, sir. You're not a real journalist. So I will answer no question.
How do you determine that? Mr. Mohamed, what is your categorical response to the United States accusations to certain sanctions? Did you or did you not do it?
No, I don't know about that.
You don't know or you did not know?
No, I don't know about that. Right?
Sir,
We're here to talk about the Lamborghini issue.
What will be the proposed name of your political party?
The name?
Yes.
Yeah, very soon. The country will love the name.
And what about candidates? Would you be happy?
Yes, we have a lot of candidates from right now, the PPP, the ANC. All parties want to come.
When will they
Very
endorse you, sir?
soon we will put out all this in the public.
Would you be coalescing with the PNC or the AFC?
No. We have the strength to win the elections on our own.
Assuming you don't,
We did a sample, right? About 80,000 persons showed this country we sampled. And we got 65% of the votes. And that's why they're behaving like this. That's why Jackson and Ali share political persecution. Share political persecution. That is what is going on.
Mr. Mohamed, assuming you don't win the elections, but you hold the balance of power, would you coalesce in the parliament with the PP or the PNC?
When it comes to making right decisions for the benefit of the country, when it comes on that road, we will decide.
Sir.
But right now, we will not coalesce
Going into the election.
going into the election.
But in parliament,
If it's a decision to benefit the people of this country, why not?
are you willing to make amends with the PP?
Only for the upliftment and benefit of the United States. That's it.
just a clarity,
What
sir.
about the PNC? Would you?
Anyone wants it for the uplift benefit, the benefit the Guyanese people. That's my mission.
Just a clarity, sir. You spoke about the president facilitating this arrangement with regards to the taxes. Was it a form of thank you for the support your family would have given to the PPP in the lead up to the 2020 elections?
Well,
Could
we
you
did a lot for
clarify?
them, you know, from 2015 to 2020. No one wanted to be seen with Ali and Jack Leo. No one. They would call me to ask me if Tiwari got a birthday party. Hey, the man and invite me, boys. See who's at that party. They used to write themselves. I was the only one there for them.
But was it a thank you, sir? Was it part of the arrangement?
I paid the taxes. I don't know if it's a thank you. I answer a lot of questions.
Sorry.
Our president in this country.
But I can't call names. I can't say nothing. Let's pray for you.
Right here, I can pray. I don't want to pray. Praying one more.
Love for President Mohamed.
Great job, Mr.
Our next president, our new president.
No problem. Do a selfie, do a selfie, do a selfie. Go on.
My father's Kishore.
Okay, all right. Mr. Raha, you in support of Mr. Mohamed?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay.
Power.
So Azadeen Mohamed has been placed on charge before the magistrate court, and a lot of revelations in this live. You gotta look back at a lot of revelations. The Guyanese critic will bring a breakdown for you. Something has to be clarified in the court. So the Guyanese critic has brought it to you live for Daybreak News from the magistrate court. Now Azadeen Mohamed has made some startling revelations, as it relates to how he got his Land Cruisers, and said he would produce the evidence when the time comes. So the Guyanese critic coming to you live from just outside the magistrate's court.